Imagine having the ability to truly connect with someone on a meaningful emotional level, unlocking feelings they might not even realize they have. It's not about tricks or manipulation, it's about awakening something deeply ingrained within them, something that has been part of human nature for thousands of years. The beauty of this is that it resonates with women of all kinds, whether she's young or mature, outgoing or reserved, confident or cautious. But here's a word of caution before we go any further. These phrases carry an incredible power, and with great power comes great responsibility. This isn't something to play around with casually. You need to be ready for what follows, because once you say these words, you're likely to leave a lasting impact. That kind of connection means you'll need to understand her needs, respect her boundaries, and be prepared for the attention you receive. Are you ready to discover these 3 phrases that can create unforgettable moments and deepen your connection with women? If so, keep watching, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you speak and connect forever. Let's get started. Point 1. You won't be bored with me. All right, let's talk about one of the most irresistible phrases you can say to a woman. And it's so simple, yet so powerful. Picture this moment. You look her straight in the eye and say, "You won't be bored with me." That's it. Just 7 words, but they pack a punch. Now you might wonder, why does this work so well? Because every woman has this deep instinctive fear of one thing when it comes to relationships: boredom. No one wants a life that feels like a dull, endless routine. They don't want to sit on a couch day after day stuck in monotony, with no surprises, no excitement, no spark. By saying, "With me, you won't be bored," you're doing something special. You're planting an idea in her mind. You're telling her without explaining everything outright that you'll be different. You'll bring excitement, energy, and emotion into her world. You're hinting that being with you will introduce her to something beyond the ordinary. But here's the catch. You're not giving her too much information. You're leaving enough mystery for her to fill in the blanks herself. For example, imagine she casually mentions not knowing what to do this weekend. That's your moment. Just smile, maybe even smirk a little and say, "Well, with me, you definitely won't be bored." Then stop. Stay quiet. Resist the urge to explain yourself. This is where the magic happens. She's not just hearing the words, she's imagining a story. She's wondering what kind of adventures, surprises, or moments you can create for her. She might even lean forward, intrigued, and ask, "Why do you say that?" Now you've got her attention. You've drawn her into your world without being over the top or trying too hard. The key is confidence. Don't overdo it or act like a clown scrambling to entertain her. Instead, stay composed and make it clear that excitement is simply who you are. That balance of assurance and mystery, it's irresistible. Trust me, if you master saying this phrase in the right tone, with that perfect blend of intrigue and self-assurance, you'll leave her thinking about you long after the conversation is over. Point 2, I'm not like the others. Here's a phrase that can leave a lasting impression and spark a genuine sense of curiosity in her mind. It's so simple, yet it holds incredible power when said with the right tone and attitude. The phrase is, "I'm not like the others." Think about it. Women live in a world where most guys unfortunately act the same. They send predictable texts, dish out the same compliments, or follow the same playbook when it comes to flirting. Everything is so routine, so expected, and the truth is, women notice this. They feel it all the time. Now, when you confidently say, "I'm not like the others," it's like dropping a spark into her mind. You disrupt that routine. Suddenly, she's intrigued. Her thoughts start racing, wondering, what does he mean? What makes him so different? You're igniting her curiosity, making her want to know more about you. And that's where the connection begins. But here's the kicker. Simply saying the words isn't enough. You can't just tell her you're not like the others. You have to show her. And that starts with your confidence. Not arrogance, but true, calm, self-assured confidence. For instance, don't be quick to fulfill all her expectations. If she mentions that she loves a man with a sense of humor, don't immediately feel the need to crack a joke. Instead, smile and say, "Well, humor's important, but it's not the only thing a man should have." Watch as her interest peaks. You're not just another guy trying to impress her. You're showing her you're thoughtful, composed, and yes, different. Here's another example. Imagine she starts opening up about her past relationships. Don't do what the typical guy might do and ask a dozen questions or get overly supportive. Instead, give her a knowing smile and say, "You know, I'm not like the others." Then stop. Don't explain. Don't elaborate. Just leave the sentence hanging in the air. Now, why is this so powerful? Because it puts the ball in her court. She's going to want to figure you out. She'll ask herself, what does he mean? What makes him stand out? And that's the beauty of it. You've moved the dynamic where she's working to understand you. But remember, actions and words have to align. Don't just say you're unique, be unique in how you carry yourself. Don't chase her validation. Don't try too hard to prove your worth. Instead, live by your own standards. Be the guy who makes his own rules, who values himself, and doesn't bend over to fit into someone else's expectation. And here's a little secret. If she starts testing you by throwing out provocative questions or trying to see what you're made of, you're on the right track. That's when you know you've got her intrigued. She's searching for proof of what makes you different, and in her mind, this sets you apart from the rest. When used with authenticity and composure, "I'm not like the others" can set you up as someone unforgettable. It's not just a phrase, it's an invitation for her to step into a world of intrigue and mystery that only you can provide. And trust me, that's magnetic. Point 3, you don't know what I'm capable of. All right, here it is, the final phrase, and trust me, this one is absolute fire. The phrase is simple yet powerful. It goes, "You don't know what I'm capable of." At first glance, it might seem ordinary, but the effect is extraordinary. This phrase doesn't brag about how cool you are, try too hard to impress. Instead, it leaves behind something much, much better: mystery. And mystery, my friend, is irresistible. When a woman hears those words, her imagination immediately kicks into overdrive. She'll start wondering, what does he mean? What's he truly capable of? Here's the magic of this phrase. It works because it triggers an emotional response, not a logical one. It speaks to that part of her mind that craves intrigue and excitement, the part that's drawn to the unknown. Women want to feel emotion. They desire that spark of unpredictability, that rush of wondering what's coming next. And this single phrase has the power to deliver all of that. But how do you use it? Timing is everything. You have to deliver it at just the right moment and with just the right tone. Imagine this scenario. She looks at you and says, "You always seem so confident. How do you do it?" Your response? Just lean back slightly, give her a calm smile, and say, "You don't know what I'm capable of." Then pause. Hold the moment. Here's another example. She might tease you and ask, "Do you think you could actually surprise me?" Instead of explaining or trying to prove yourself, just look her in the eye and say, "You don't know what I'm capable of." And then go quiet. Watch her reaction as the wheels in her head start turning. Or if you're feeling bold, drop this line at an unexpected moment. Maybe you're sitting across from each other at a cafe, casually chatting, and then out of nowhere, slip it into the conversation with no context. Just say, "You don't know what I'm capable of." Trust me, curiosity will flood her mind. She'll be drawn to the energy of those words, wanting to figure you out. This phrase creates anticipation. It sets her on edge in the best possible way, and it subtly positions you as someone who holds depth, someone she wants to explore further. But here's the thing. Words alone aren't enough. You have to embody the confidence to match your statement. Confidence isn't arrogance, though. It's not about trying too hard or seeking her validation. It's about being grounded in who you are. It's about living by your own standards, staying calm under pressure, and not bending over backward to meet someone's expectations. When you carry yourself this way, lines like, "You don't know what I'm capable of," become an extension of your energy, not just empty words. The beauty of this phrase lies in how it draws her into your world. It encourages her to ask questions, to wonder, and to engage at a deeper level. But remember, this isn't about playing mind games or tricking her into liking you. It's about creating a genuine connection filled with intrigue and excitement. Use nonverbal language to back it up. Maintain eye contact, keep your tone smooth and steady, and most importantly, stay composed. When used with intent and authenticity, "You don't know what I'm capable of" becomes more than just a phrase. It becomes a moment she won't forget. Master this line, and you'll leave her thinking about you long after that conversation is over. Now, isn't that the kind of impression you want to leave? Mastering the art of communication and understanding how to convey confidence, mystery, and intrigue is undeniably powerful. These 3 phrases serve as tools to create unforgettable moments and leave a lasting impression. However, the key lies in authenticity. Speak from a place of genuine intent and self-assuredness. Remember, the words themselves are only part of the equation. How you deliver them makes all the difference. When used thoughtfully, these phrases can indeed captivate her attention and spark a deeper, more meaningful connection that she won't be able to stop thinking about.